The wheels are turning. We are live right now. It's Sunday, May 27th, 2018, 2 p.m. Central Time.
Yes.
We've got Drams for Fams. We got Mark Gillespie, and we got Springbank Distillery. What are we going to do?
We're going to test it. We got into that fast.
Figure we get that out of the way. Joining us today from Edmonton is Travis. Travis is, you are the founder, right, of Drams for Fams?
That is correct, yeah. Founder of Drams for Fams, president of the Edmonton Scotch Club here in Edmonton, Alberta.
Nice. Walk us through. Tell us a little bit about Drams for Fams, what is going on, what you want to do, how you brought us in, how you reached out.
What you are doing.
What you are doing, exactly. What you did last night. Just give us a Cliff Note version of everything.
Cole's Notes version. We, 3 years ago, started as a club. Early on, decided we wanted to kind of use whiskey to raise a little bit of money for a local charity. So we chose the Edmonton Food Bank. Main reason we chose the food bank, guys, was we wanted our money to feel like it was making an impact. So to give you an example, our first year we raised $5,000, our first Drams for Fams event. Gave it to the food bank. Our second year we had 80 people. This was last year's event. We raised $16,225. And the food bank got back to us and said that helped create 45,000 meals for local families.
Wow.
So in terms of making an impact, we were just happy to see that the money raised was being used. And the stat that I really like, 40% of the food bank users are children under the age of 18. And that really hit home. A lot of us are having kids now and stuff. And so that was a big part of why we chose the food bank for the Drams for Fams charity. So last year we had 80 people, and we sort of decided this is starting to get to a point where we can't really grow too much locally in terms of we don't even have enough glasses in Edmonton. We had to bring in glassware from Calgary for the event. So we decided to maybe start reaching out to people like yourselves, people like Mark, other whiskey clubs. And the idea was host a Drams for Fams tasting. And it doesn't have to be a big event. It can be 10 people. It can be 20 people. Host an event, get together, drink some whiskey, have some fun, and put together some money for your local food bank. This isn't just about the Edmonton Food Bank. This is about food banks in your towns, your cities. And so, yeah, we reached out to you guys pretty early on. And this year we're looking at about probably 500 people participating in Drams for Fams events this year. So hopefully we get some numbers from this event today, and hopefully it'll keep growing.
Beautiful.
A couple of questions have come in. So this is our first kind of charity fundraiser. We had been thinking, what do we want to get involved in? What do we want to help out with?
Talked about it
when you reached out with Drams for Fams. Now this is to support any local food bank. If you're in Chicago, you can donate to the Chicago or the Illinois food bank. I know, like it's state. I know because I looked up online. I just put in food bank. I went to foodbank.com. It knew I was in Wichita, Kansas. And you can click on the donate button right there. Mm-hmm. If you want to donate, it'll take you to your local chapter, basically. If you do that, just tweet us, email us at scotchtestdummies@gmail.com. Put it on Instagram, tag it, hashtag Drams for Fams, so we can track it.
You bet.
If you want to super chat, all of the super chat donations we will turn over to the local food bank
in Wichita.
Right. Oh, it would be the Kansas food bank.
Yeah.
And we had an email before we went live. We already had a $100 donation.
Yep, a check.
So, two options. Well, you can, if you want to make a PayPal donation, and then YouTube won't get their cut of it, you can make a PayPal to scotchtestdummies@gmail.com. We've got a PayPal account. Or you can make that online donation to just go to foodbank.com and make a donation there. But then email us a picture, tweet a picture, hashtag it Drams for Fams, super chat us. The T-shirts are up for sale on the website, scotchtestdummies.com. You can buy a T-shirt. All of those proceeds will go to a local food bank as well.
Hey, guys, one caveat. Can I jump in here for a second?
Yes.
Go, Mark.
Before anybody Instagrams the receipts from the food bank, make sure you blur your credit card numbers out. We really don't want you to suffer any identity theft here as a result of doing something to help people out.
Now-
Good call.
The wise advice. Yeah, so I'll give you a quick little update on where we're at in terms of the Drams for Fams progress this year. So, and Mark, I got to thank you. You got on board early on with this and brought me on your podcast, WhiskyCast, to do an interview. And that really, I think, got the ball rolling. It gave this a little bit of legitimacy, I think, which was, and you did that early on before we really had much going. So, so we had
Our
clubs
pleasure.
and yeah, no, it's much appreciated. It was actually, yeah, it was pretty fun to do too. So we have clubs in Victoria doing tastings, Drams for Fams tastings. They did one a couple weeks ago. Salt Spring Island, there's a club out there. They're doing one in a couple months. The Dram Initiative in Calgary had a tasting with 80 people. We're waiting to hear how they did on that in terms of a tally. The Scotchology in Minnesota, they did a tasting. The Saratoga Whiskey Club in Saratoga Springs, New York. North Shore Whiskey Club, Darren and George out there in Boston. And the Austin Scotch Lovers down in Austin, Texas are also doing something. So you can see how fast this is kind of picking up. And hopefully after today, we'll get some more on board for next year.
We got a super chat just popped in. By the way, I put on a hat so the dome didn't glare.
We do a little cowbell when the super chats come in, so then we say more cowbell. 10
More
pounds.
cowbell.
Oh,
10
pounds? Where'd that one come in from?
Sierra and May super chatted in 10 pounds, right? Is that 10 pounds, I believe?
It's like $80 US.
Yeah. I'm going to have to turn the ceiling fan on too. I'm already
Bring it.
warm.
It's getting hot.
So, Mark,
Yes.
you also have a caveat today. If we were to raise $1,000, what happens?
Well, if you have listened to the weekend episode of WhiskyCast that came out last night, I tasted a couple of spice bombs for the latest show. One of them, this little puppy, the George Dickel Tabasco Barrel Finish. Here's the caveat. If we can raise $500, I'll do a shot of this on camera.
Wow.
But that was not the worst whiskey I tasted for this weekend's show. You see, that was also not the first Tabasco, or shall we say chili pepper sauce cask matured whiskey that I happen to have a sample of. This little puppy came from Westland in Seattle. This was their April Fool's Day whiskey 2 years ago in 2016. Inferno spent 4 years maturing in a chili pepper sauce cask. And they bottled this sucker at cask strength, 58.4% ABV.
Holy moly.
I try to avoid using obscenities when I record WhiskyCast because I quoted from my tasting notes when I did the tasting notes for this piece of
Joy.
Yeah. I actually had to bleep myself on the podcast. But if we can raise $1,000 during this video feed, I will do a shot of this shit
Woo!
on camera.
All right. Well, we got another 10 just came in.
So bring it on, boys. The more you raise, the bigger the shot.
And that's from Andy Walker. Thank you, Andy.
Andy.
Now, like
Thanks,
I said,
Andy.
again, and we'll try to touch on this a few times as we go. You can donate online to foodbank.com, make a donation. You can make a PayPal payment to scotchtestdummies@gmail.com, or you can super chat here in the chat that's going.
Right.
Oh, I need to change the camera locked on. Mark. There we go.
There you go. It's a good place to lock.
Yeah.
I'll tweet out the address to our local food bank after this is done too. So people, if they want to do that locally as well.
Cool. That's good.
Now, so let's go. We wanted to look at Springbank Distillery today.
Right. That's what we'll be tasting while we're doing this fundraising.
We have poured the Springbank 10. What we also have, we're going to start with the Springbank 10. We have Hazelburn 13-year Oloroso cask, a Springbank 20-year single cask ex bourbon refill.
Good.
And the 13-year Longrow Malbec.
Yes, very good.
So, and that's the order we'll go. We'll do the 10 and the 13 Oloroso, the 20-year single cask, and then the finish up with the Longrow Red.
Rob with the beard.
Rob with the beard.
Hey. You know what? I got a bottle of the old Springbank 10. I'm gonna go grab it and I'll crack a 10 so I can drink a 10-year-old with you guys there.
Okay,
Beautiful.
good. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And Rob says, spread the love, not the Tabasco whiskey.
We've already got a fan. Shimon wants us to try that Dickel Tabasco as well.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he sent a little deal on
good.
Facebook. Yeah, I am curious. Mark, you said that the Dickel one wasn't so bad.
It was not as bad as I had expected. It was not as intense as I had expected. And the reason why, and there hasn't been that big a deal made about this, but when they made it, they blended that had been finished in the Tabasco sauce barrels with regular Dickel. So they diluted it somewhat. Plus they bottled it at 35% ABV. So they knocked down what could have been really overpowering spices and really overpowering flavor. So they did, by doing that, they knocked it down and brought it under control and tamed it. That Westland thing, 4 years in the barrel, single cask bottling at cask strength. I had gone into it sort of thinking the Westland would be better. I was wrong.
Ooh. Wow.
I was really wrong.
We got another one. Somebody wants you to be drinking.
Yeah,
what?
We're already about a quarter. Well, we're
50. What do we get there?
50 from Tom R. Thank you,
There we
Tom. He
go,
says,
Tom
share
R.
the love, great concept, and great show.
Woo.
So,
Thank you.
Okay.
with the $100
Thank you,
that
guys.
came in beforehand, we're up to about 275, or I mean, 175.
Get ready.
Oh, wait, just
Okay.
got another one from Whiskey Throttle. $25 Canadian.
Wow.
Thanks. That's Daniel.
Thank you.
You
So
know,
we're doing
Dan.
the conversion rates here, right?
what's that? What's that, Mark?
We're doing the conversion rate from Canadian to American. It's about
Yes,
75
always-
cents on the dollar.
Yeah, and rounding up to get to the Tabasco.
Yeah, we're going to round up, and we're not actually sure what the conversion rate is.
Right. So we'll if
I'll tell you what, for today only, for the purposes of this bet, we'll do it at par. $1 Canadian equals $1 American.
There you go.
That'll be easy to track.
Well,
that way.
and we'll keep the pounds at $1 as well.
Yeah.
Just dollar equal all the way across.
Yeah. So, Mark, maybe you know a little bit more on the Springbank Distillery. We know it's from Campbelltown.
Yeah.
We know it's a very small operation. They have, like, I want to say 8 employees.
Something like that.
It's
One of the few I have not been to be honest with you. I have not had the chance to get to Campbellton yet,
They do,
but I'm hoping to get down there at some point soon here.
Yeah, and they do kind of small batches because it's not that big of an operation.
Right.
They don't crank out the volume that
It's
a lot
hard,
of people
and,
do.
and they're getting very popular.
And
And
we've
they split a lot of their production between Springbank, Hazelburn, and Longrow.
Yeah.
So they're producing 3 different whiskeys, and well, Hazelburn is technically its own distillery, but they're producing Longrow there as well. So that's why you get you don't get a lot of Springbank, but what you get is usually pretty good.
Right.
We just had $10 sent to our PayPal, or $20 sent to our PayPal from Richie Z. Thank you, Richie.
Then another super
And
chat.
another super chat coming in from Don Nishida,
Donnie!
all the way from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate that. He
He's
says
got a care package.
the Hawaii Food Bank's #1 item wanted is a certain canned meat product. Maybe he'll do a local event called Drams for Spam.
Wow.
So
I've-
I like it.
I got a lot of spam I can send them, but it'd have to get out of my email box to do it.
There you go.
Springbank, the 3 ones we talked, Hazelburn, Springbank, and Longrow. Springbank is mildly peated, somewhere usually I think in the range of 10 ppms.
Right.
Hazelburn is their unpeated Scotch.
Mhm.
Longrow is their heavily peated
Right,
Scotches.
which I love.
Yeah.
Well, remember that Hazelburn is also its own separate distillery too.
Okay. Well, yeah, and I don't know how that works.
It's all into the same family, but it is a separate distillery.
And Longrow as well, or is it
No,
still?
So Longrow is the peated stuff that comes out of Springbank.
So it's still done under Springbank's roof, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So we've got the Springbank 10, which when you're out shopping, it's one of the it's probably the highest priced 10-year-old you'll see, at least in our area. And I think most areas it's $60 in our area.
Yeah, it's safe to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's worth it. It really is. I don't know if you can find a better 10-year-old Scotch.
There are some heavily peated ones that I love. That's all I'll say. I'm not throwing water in your face or anything. I'm just saying for a 10-year Scotch, you know where I go.
You got to remind
Ardbeg
me.
Lefroy.
I make the mistake of claiming there's.
You always say it's hard to find something better, and I'm like, really? But I love peat punches. So that's. Sorry, we had a spat there.
We were talking a bit about Springbank last night because we had a Cottonhead bottling, an old Cottonhead, and then Springbank came up, and we were talking about stories in whiskey and what a cool story Springbank Distillery has. Just everything about that distillery. It's so old school. They do things in house. They could probably make 3 times as much whiskey as they do and sell it all, but they keep it nice and small, and they just make amazing whiskey all the time. It's my favorite distillery, actually.
It is very good.
I love the notes on this.
Cowbell, couple cowbells here going. We got $5 super chat from Swami over at Malted in Montreal. Thanks, Swami. Good afternoon, family. Springbank is always worth it, Bart. There you go.
Yes.
Thanks, Swami.
And we had another PayPal donation come in from Robert Gilmore. Thanks, Robert.
Nice. How much? 15?
15.
15.
Yep.
Thanks, Robert.
Now I think we cut somebody off. Did you say something, Mark?
No.
Oh, sorry. All right. The cowbell goes crazy.
Now, one thing with Springbank as well, the 10-year-old 46% ABV. They are, I believe they're all non-chill filtered, no color added.
Yeah.
I got the one I just cracked is the old. You see the old labeling?
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And I picked it up at a store probably 2 years ago. And the reason I had to leave the camera again is because when I pulled it, the cork ripped right off.
Oh, no.
So
I hate when that happens.
I had an on-air cork emergency, and I handled it very professionally, and I'm now drinking it. But
You had a corktastrophe.
I had a corktastrophe. But what I'm trying to do is actually save the 10 and the 15 from different releases, and we want to do a comparison tasting one time just to see how different they are from batch to batch. It'd be interesting to see, 5 years apart, how different they are.
I agree.
Daniel Brown wants to know how much to get the dummies to drink some of that fish cask whiskey, Mark.
Not well. The fish
I don't
cask,
have any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any. That's gone.
Yeah. No,
Sadly.
there's Klaus Pinkernell at Pinkernell's Whiskey Mart in Berlin and Salzburg. Still has some left last time I talked to them a couple of weeks ago, but he doesn't ship it outside of Germany. So if you've got somebody going over there, you might be able to con him into selling you some, but you would have to go to him.
That was a great interview you did. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, thanks. Now that was, I still have to have a little fun with John McDonald from from Bal Blair, because he's the one who gave me that thing a couple of years ago blind and snuck it in on me. So I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
Cowbell. Dustin Silvestri, also known as DH Sil 2, who's responsible for naming our latest Pete shootout, Make America Pete It Again.
Or as you call it,
Mappa. And also we are up to $260. So we're halfway to Mark's first shot of the Dickel Tabasco finished whiskey.
Get him there.
I posted on our social media. I'm hoping to get some Edmonton representation here. We gotta get those numbers up closer to 1,000 here. I think by the end we'll be watching Mark drink some delicious stuff.
Oh God! You know what? For the cause, it's worth it.
There you go.
Another $50 from Douglas Chris Oak. Thank you, Doug.
Wow.
Thanks for highlighting the need, he says.
There you go.
Thanks, Doug.
So, thoughts on the Springbank 10, Mark?
I love this one. Nice little bit of Springbank brininess. Just a little bit of spice, a little bit of pepper, and just enough peat to make it interesting.
And I like the oily, viscosity of it as well. Wonderful mouthfeel.
Nice little touch of smoked salmon.
Yep. Nice little touch of smoke. Some nice citrus in there as well. Oranges, pears, powdered sugar.
That dryness on the finish. And,
like grilled pineapple.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mark, you might know more about this. Is it traditionally the Springbank 10 and 15? It's about 60% sherry casks, 40% bourbon casks, something like that?
I wouldn't want to say because I don't know for sure. And I would hesitate to say because I haven't done enough Springbank tasting and enough research down there to really know. I wouldn't know for sure. And
Gotcha.
I'd hesitate to say without being able to be 100% sure of my facts on that.
Yeah, I've looked it up, and I don't know if it's for every bottling, but I think typically they go with about a 60% sherry, 40% bourbon kind of vatting. And I've heard that Glengyle Distillery, their Kilkerran stuff is the other way. It's about 60% bourbon, 40% sherry casks. So they kind of went the other way with that one.
And thank you for correcting me because it's the Kilkerran is the other distillery, not I had said it was Hazelburn. It's Kilkerran is the other distillery.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Campbelltown.
Thank you for catching me on that.
And Glen Scotia, I think, right? There's
But they're independent. That's a different ownership.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
That's
another
the third distillery in
Campbelltown.
Campbellton, but that's owned by Loch Lomond Distillers.
Right. Yep. Good.
Have you guys heard that story on why they opened Glengyle Distillery, Kilkerran?
No.
Go for it.
Basically, the Scotch, what's it called? The Scotch Malt Whiskey Association, or who's the people that are in charge of all the rules down there?
Oh, the Scotch Whiskey Association?
Yeah. So they were going to shut down Campbelltown, or Campbellton as a region.
Yeah.
So the owner of Springbank said, well, the Lowlands is a region and they have 3 distilleries. So why are you going to close us down? And they only had 2 distilleries at the time. So he said, okay. And he went and opened up a brand new distillery and said, there, we have 3 distilleries.
Yeah.
Now you can't take away Campbellton as a region. So apparently that was one of the driving forces between why they opened this 3rd distillery in Campbellton. Kind of a neat little story, and kind of explains the Springbank Distillery a little bit too.
Hedley Smith is one of those people I've always wanted to get on WhiskyCast. He's the managing director and the family owner of Springbank, and he has never agreed to do an interview. He doesn't do interviews, and I would love to get him on the show. He's one of the few people in the industry that has just completely said flat out, nope, not interested.
Wow.
We'll make a call to him.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll work.
He'll love us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I could be wrong in this, but if I remember this correctly, I believe he has actually willed the distillery to a trust for the people of Campbellton.
Oh,
I heard that
because he
too.
doesn't have any descendants, so there's nobody left in the family for him to pass it on to. So he has set up a trust that will own the distillery and keep it running for the benefit of the people of Campbellton once he passes.
Wow. Cool.
Really cool.
Telesta has asked a question. He said, is this a peaty one? Some peat or no peat? Just getting into Scotch, and he can't do the dirty ashtray.
No, there's no dirty ashtray.
This is this would be a perfect introduction. And in fact, Bart and I got into trouble because the first time we reviewed this, we didn't even detect any peat, and we said, there's no peat in here.
I don't get it. Yeah, because we were told it was there, and I expected like a lot of peat.
Right.
And I couldn't get it.
No, I didn't either. I was like, this isn't peat.
To this day, it's very, very faint for me.
We had 100 people promptly correct us that Springbank is.
Yeah. No wonder your show's called The Dummies. I was like, you are correct. We are on a whiskey journey, and we are learning right now. That was a slight setback for the Dummies.
It's slightly more than, say, a Bunnahabhain or a Bruichladdich in terms of peat.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's comparing it to Isla's, but it's nowhere near Lafroig, Ardbeg.
And maybe I would say a touch more than a Highland Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to look for it. It is there, but it's not overwhelming.
Right, right.
It's very,
I think it's about 15 parts per million or something like that. Is that what
that's where I would just guess. And I think I've heard it's around 10 to 15 parts per million, somewhere in there. Keep in mind, those that are watching Lafroig, Ardbegs, they're 40 to 50 parts per million. And I think the Highland Park might be around 5. It's a little lower. And I think these are coming in a little bit higher. Just guessing.
But the peat's definitely more prevalent in the 10-year than their 15. The 15, it gets a little even more subtle, right? It's
right.
Yeah, I can definitely pick it up here.
Well, and I was going to comment on the 15. I believe that one is exclusively matured in sherry casks, I believe, on the 15. The 10, I don't believe has any sherry influence. And I think someone commented that the 12-year has that 60-40 split of sherry that you was talking about, Travis.
Perfect. See, that's why we have people correcting us.
Yep.
Oh, geniuses.
Now, and for those tuning in again, real quick, this show is to raise money for Drams for Fams, local food banks. You can super chat donations. You can PayPal us at scotchtestdummies@gmail.com. You can go to foodbank.com and make a donation. Send us an email, send us a picture, tweet out of a screenshot of your donation page. If we reach $500 and we are at 310,
Ooh, I was going to ask you.
Mark Gillespie is going to do a shot of George Dickel Tabasco finished whiskey.
Go.
And if we reach $1,000, Mark is going to do a shot of Westland Inferno.
Right.
So
4 years cast strength Inferno.
Mark, you
Yes.
got a sample. We're going to move on to the 13-year Hazelburn Oloroso. And I got to apologize to Travis. We kind of had him on last minute. If I would have thought about having Travis on early, we would have arranged for Travis to have some samples of these as well. Travis does have the 10-year, and then he's got a single cask distillery release that he's tasting with us.
Hold on, let me switch with you. I want to get a little more in it.
I like opening bottles on special occasions, so I might find something else back there too to keep up with you guys.
There you go.
Now we got a cheese tray here with us, and these Mark would appreciate this, but we've got Cahill's Ireland cheese.
Oh, nice.
It's a porter, original Irish porter cheese, and Cahill's original Irish whiskey cheese. Both are very delicious. I don't know if you guys have ever had those.
No.
And I believe these are just from our local Sam's or Costco.
Goodness.
So.
Yeah, you can get pretty good value for your cheese value at Costco.
Now, it's been a while since we've had a super chat. Someone needs to step up here and super chat for Drams for
Go
fans.
Tabasco, baby.
I feel like Mark and I need cowbells too. Maybe that would really drive the.
No, then we just
chats.
set off the audio moving around and forth. We just confuse everybody. This is that infamous Westland Inferno. We'll hold it right up there. If you can read it. 58.4% ABV, 4 years or so, almost 4 years. 48 months in a chili pepper sauce cask that they did not describe the brand name for trademark infringement reasons. They didn't want to get sued over an April Fool's joke. But I have it on good authority that that it's the same stuff that the Dickel was matured in or finished in.
What's our bottling
Very cool
on the 13-year Oloroso Hazelburn?
Bottling strength is yummy, is what it is.
Yep.
Wow. Hold on, let me find it. 47.1.
Ooh, love the nose.
Oh yes.
Very sweet.
Very sweet, but also kind of an underlane of that
I get the malty notes.
kind of a saltiness and
Yeah.
A little bit of brine.
brine as well.
Like a salted caramel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How much can you guys get that one for down there?
The right around 100, maybe 90 to 100 in that range. And that's the same with the Longrow 13-year. Powering sherry whip. Just palate pleasing, very sweetened.
The oak. It's very tasty. I actually expected a little bit. I mean, it's still wonderful.
The dark sherries, the plums and the raisins, the brown sugar.
Do you guys typically prefer the Oloroso or the PX sherry cask? Do you have a preference usually, or does it just depend bottle to bottle?
I love Oloroso.
Yeah, and Scott's our sherry guy.
I prefer Oloroso, though I don't have a problem with PX, but Oloroso tends to be a little sweeter for me. PX tends to be a little drier. And I'm not as big on the PX as I am on Oloroso.
Yeah, I think Oloroso for me is you usually know what you're gonna get. You get those standard Oloroso. I find with PX cast sometimes you can get some really unique, weird things happening with PX. So sometimes I just enjoy a good PX cast because I get something crazy that I haven't tasted before. But typically, I think I prefer Oloroso. But once in a while, the PX cast give you something really, really unique.
PX casks make for good single cask bottlings.
Yeah.
But Olorosos work well when they're put together because you're going to get some more consistency out of them. But I agree with what you say about PX. They make a good single cask bottling.
Agreed. We had one at Edmonton Distillery right out of one of the casks in the front room there. It was a PX cask.
Oh yeah.
And it tasted exactly like Sapporo Ichiban noodles, and we could not stop thinking about that the whole time we drank it. It was the weirdest thing. I've never tasted it in a whiskey in my life.
I don't even know what it was. What noodles?
Like dried Chinese, like Sapporo Ichiban noodles.
Huh.
You don't have those?
Maybe ramen noodles.
Yeah, like ramen noodles. Yeah,
really?
but like the dry spice that you put on the noodles.
Huh.
Yeah, very, very unique. And it was a PX cask, and I'd never experienced anything like it.
Here we go. Mead Mule. Woo! Thank you, Mead Mule. $20 going to Drams for Fams.
Thank you, Mead.
I'll tell you, if you guys can get a $50 donation, the next $50 donation from anyone around here, we will extend an open invite to any Edmonton Scotch Club tasting whenever they're in town or if they're in town. The next $50 donation, we'll do an open invite to one of our events.
Wow.
One thing we haven't touched on, we're going to try an auction at the end here. We got a couple of items. If we're still, I think let's say right at the hour mark. I don't know where we'll be at in the conversation.
Yeah.
A couple items. We'll
kind
auction
of tease what they are, just so they know. Let's start with the. You want to do the coins?
Coins? Well, that'll be the last thing we auction.
Sure. Yeah, the last thing. But
So
we'll tease it first.
Our whiskey hats.
Right.
The coins that we have. We started with batch 1. There's $10 again from DH Silv, Dustin Silvestri.
Hold on. Go. Another 10.
Stronger together. Not funny, but works for a charity.
Sure.
So each of our casks, we've had serial numbered.
Right.
Cask number 1, we had 250 coins made.
We held back 50.
Cask 2, we had 350 coins made.
Right.
And cask 3, we had 500 coins made.
So we've gone up.
So we held back the first 50 numbered coins of each batch. These are numbered 50. This is our first set that we'll auction off or sell for a good cause.
So all three
have number 50 on them. You get a cask 1 coin, a cask 2 coin, and a cask 3 coin.
That'll happen later. That'll all go toward Drams for Fans.
And I have 2 of those I proudly use as whiskey hats.
They work. That was really an unintended use for them that we didn't think about.
You kind of noticed it, though, when you were testing them out.
We had been talking about challenge coins and just having them and selling them, to raise them for money and stuff. But once we really got to looking at them and had a sample, I realized, hey, this fits the top of a Glencairn.
Those little crystal ginger lids, you can't throw those in your pocket.
$9.99 from Hoyt Hemphill. Thanks, Hoyt. Oh, I need to yep.
Yeah, write that down.
10 and can we call $9.99 $10, Mark?
Yes.
All right. He gives us the penny.
Yeah, go ahead.
The second
you can't call it 20, but you can call it 10.
Yeah, right. The second thing we're going to auction, for those who have watched us for a while, know that.
Now, you would have to be a super fan of us.
A super fan. But last summer, I was so excited. I got me a bottle of Balvenie Ton 1509.
That doesn't go far enough.
Batch 3.
We were out whiskey shopping together, and you even yelled out, they've got some kind of peat over there, just to distract me long enough. You literally went behind the counter and grabbed that. And you go, I got it. Yep. Wasn't this the one?
No, that was the Octomore 6.3.
Oh, sorry. This one, though, you found at the same time, and you were giddy.
I've got the receipt. What happened when I got home, I was so excited, I dropped it in my driveway.
Yes.
And hence the broken bottle of Balvenie Ton 1509, steel sealed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
With the impact mark from the driveway on the lid.
It was a hot day. It evaporated quickly. Talk about an angel's share.
I still have the whiskey soaked map of casks that were involved in this release from Balvenie. Now, originally I threw all this away.
And then you had to get it back.
And then I thought, I'm going to dig it out of the trash. I don't know why.
So we need to get this out of Scott's abode. He can't.
Does the tasting mat still smell good?
Can you get it?
No.
I think it's gone. It's all gone to the angels. I still think he was in a severe bar fight and it was his last day.
So that will
Can't
be
you guys
another.
take that to the shooting range and do something with it?
Say again.
Take that to the shooting range and do something with it.
Yes, we could do that. There could be some anger let out. But he talked about maybe if anybody's interested, I think we could sign this, auction it off, but you'd have to be a super fan to want
Yeah, only somebody that's watched us and knows the Dummies.
Right, because
that story's been told. It's of lore.
Yeah,
now.
you could own some of Scott's pain.
It's like people will be like, that never happened. Oh, yeah, it happened. You got to watch episode 240.
And the money I bought this with went toward families that need food.
And then we also... Go ahead.
I was going to say whiskey's all about stories, and what a better story to tell with that in your cabinet. You pull that out, and you got a great story. You donate it to charity, and you get to talk about when Scott broke a bottle over somebody.
Right. And it's 2 happy endings because I ended up surprising you. I found there was only one other bottle, I think, in Kansas that was found in Salina.
Yeah.
And the Whiskey Scout helped me get that, and we replaced it. But give us a second happy story would be great. That would be great.
So, and then we have a poster from last year's 12 Hours of Boom that we'll sign and auction that off as well.
Right.
So those that are tuning in will get a chance to get some good memorabilia from the Dummies.
If you guys want on my end, I don't know how we could organize it, but I would throw in Edmonton Scotch Club mug and an Edmonton Scotch Club t-shirt. If you guys wanted to do something, I could ship it to the winner. I don't know if that's doable, but I'm more than willing to do that.
Very doable, you bet.
You got the mugs. They're really nice big mugs. Nice little logo there, and you fit a lot of coffee in there.
How big is your tasting club, your Scotch club?
We kind of capped it out at about 28, mostly just because you gotta be able to do a tasting with one bottle.
Sure.
But last night's event was 90 people we had out, and 90 people raised just over 15 grand. So we host bigger events, but the actual club has been capped at about 28.
Nice.
We had a $20 donation come into PayPal from Eric Brodemarkle.
Wow.
Thank you, Eric.
Nice. Thank you.
And hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. I know he's been with us for a while.
Right.
Thoughts on Mark on the Hazelburn 13-year Oloroso?
I like it. The taste is nice. Good balance of spice, good balance of sweetness, a little bit of brine, a little bit of peat, a little bit of salt. I like this one.
And no water needed at 47.
No water needed at all.
This
is a good sipper.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
Delicious. A little bit. I just got some nuts, some almonds.
Almonds.
Before Bart goes off
I
on
don't
some.
go there, please.
Yeah,
Come on
you go
now.
there sometimes.
Whatever. I was sure you meant chestnut.
Also, with that $20 from Eric, we're up to $370. So we're approaching that $500 mark.
Woo!
Okay.
Getting close to the nickel.
Keep it coming, gang.
Yep. Keep it coming.
We need $130 more for Mark to do a shot of the George Dickel Tabasco,
yes.
Finished whiskey.
Tobacco would have been probably tasted better.
Probably.
Not by much, but.
Buttery. Very nice, the Hazelburn 13 Oloroso.
You ready?
No, let's move on. Let's do the 20 because that
what
was
am I thinking? Sorry, what was I?
I
automatically grabbed for Pete. Hard to believe. Nice.
Okay, so Springbank 20-year single cask. This is an ex-bourbon refill. So it's had at least one batch of scotch in it that's been taken out, and then it's been refilled again with more scotch.
Yes.
And aged for 20 years.
Nice.
Now, I have to admit, when I bought this, I was prejudiced against it. I thought, oh, no, I just got taken.
Why?
If you can see the color of this, I picked it up. It's a 20-year.
Right.
And I thought, my God, that looks like an 8-year Isla.
So you were judging by color alone.
I judged by color. I did.
You never judge by color.
Exactly.
Correct.
And so this sat here for about a month, and I was like, I'm going to open it and see if I should have spent that money. And yes, I'm glad I did.
Really?
Yeah.
For a whole month, you just...
I'm glad you did, too. No, I love the nose on this.
It's very, very surprising. A lot more peat has come out on this than I thought. For 20 years. Well, okay, for Springbank being lightly peated to begin with.
Sure.
And then aging for 20 years, generally with peat, the longer it ages, the mellower the peat becomes. It's almost amplified in this. There's more peat in this than there is the 10-year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, and this one is bottled at 51.6%. And I believe in the States, most of these imports are done, or these single cask Springbanks are done by the same company, Pacific Edge Imports out of Agora Hills, California.
Was there a super chat? What came in?
Yes, Loch Ness.
Oh, Loch Ness!
$10 from Loch Ness. Great job, guys, and a great cause. Thank you, Loch Ness.
Thanks, Loch Ness.
I think that cask strength on this may have helped to make some of the difference and keep the peat alive in this one. I think if they'd knocked it down to 46 or lower, that would have made a difference on the peatiness.
Could be. Another super chat. $20 from Mark Saliba. STDs, you guys are class acts. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Wow.
And that puts us
we're up to what, 400 now?
$400 total.
400. Close it in. You're knocking.
Eric Waite, an autograph, the 12 Hours of Boom poster, we will autograph, and that'll be for sale. Are we going to have cousin Shane autograph it as well before we send it out?
No,
or just us?
Just us.
Okay.
Shane just pops in now and then.
So Rob is back with another $14 Canadian.
Thanks, Rob.
Whiskey in the Six. Thanks.
Oh,
that Springbank 19 is insanely good.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Whiskey in the Six actually sent us a bottle of the Lot 40 cask strength for our auction last night.
Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah. We are
Very,
looking
very
for, we want
generous.
another bottle.
Love that one.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
You guys don't have that one?
No.
We had
a little sample.
Someone arranged for us to get about 6 ounces. There was a kind of the heel of a bottle, 4 to 6 ounces were left. You drank it all.
What?
You drank it all.
That's not how I remember.
Yeah. Oh,
What happened? Somebody kicked us over?
Eric Waite just donated $100.
A sniper.
Uh-oh. He says, send me an autographed poster. Well, we're going to auction one.
Right. We got to auction it.
And that's
Did you confuse him, though?
But since he... that puts us at 500, doesn't it?
We make another poster, don't you?
We have another poster we can send Eric. Yeah, for that $100. Now stay tuned. We will be auctioning one, a separate one.
That is separate. That'll be later. The auction's coming. It's an auction.
We are at $514.
We will square the sniper away with something.
Before Mark does that though, let's finish up.
Wait a second. If I can ask just a little favor on this,
Sure.
I would like to defer the shots until after we've tasted the other two Springbanks. I don't want to blow my palate out for those.
Good.
Yes.
Good. That's what. Yeah.
And I promise I will do it, but I want to taste the other two Springbanks first because once I taste the Dickel, I won't get anything out of these other two.
Gotcha. I think everybody agrees.
I got to give Eric the cowbell.
Yeah.
A little longer. It's still going.
100. What?
While you guys are drinking the 20, I'm working on a heel of the 16 local barley, which is just delightful stuff. There's not much left, so
I've never even seen the 16 year. Our store may be getting the latest 11 year local barley. So
they're fantastic releases. They're really, really nice.
The nose though on this 20 year is citrus, sugars, vanillas.
Nice vanilla. Malt curled in there. I love the maltiness. Wow. Honey.
Mm.
You're right with that vanilla. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like a vanilla cookie, like a vanilla wafer.
Just slight, and actually maybe the peat's even tamed down a little bit in it now since it's been open for a little bit. But yeah, very nice. And that's the vanilla is going to be from that bourbon cask and that refill. Now, part of that, let's look at that 20 years and the color, like I pointed out. It's because it's already had bourbon in it. That was taken out. It's had scotch in it. That was taken out. And then it's been refilled. Most of that color's already been used up.
The wood. The tannins in the wood. Sure.
Yeah.
Boy, peppery. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say refill casks. I used to kind of look at refill casks and be like, oh, it's not first fill. but someone told me a story about refill casks and how they can really give whiskeys some really neat characteristics. And he talks about going into those warehouses and you see those old casks. And he said, just because they're refill doesn't mean they're not giving the whiskey some really interesting flavors. So I used to look at refill and say, I want first fill, but refill casks can give whiskeys just fantastic characteristics.
The other thing they do is they preserve the distillery's original character.
Exactly.
They don't take as much out of that whiskey that went into it in the beginning. It preserves that distillery character rather than wood influencing it the way a first fill or virgin oak would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. You're getting a more representative whiskey of that distillery and what they're putting out.
Yeah.
Mark, what notes? What do you get on that?
I love the taste on this. A nice little spiciness, just a little bit of clove, some nice honey. There's a good little bit of peatiness to this one. Let me take another taste.
Yeah.
And 51%. I was drinking it neat and it's delicious.
Yeah,
I just added a drop of water just to
beautiful velvety mouthfeel.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't add a drop of water to this.
Me neither.
It's nice the way it is.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, Springbank is doing some good stuff. And we've got some sources in Scotland that tell us Springbank over there is becoming the Van Winkles. It's becoming allocated. It
says it always was.
Oh, has it always been? Yeah.
I mean, it's always hard to find over there.
Oh,
really?
Because it's one of those cult favorites. I mean, it's one of those whiskeys that the locals know how good it is.
Right.
And they drink it.
But
there's a group.
Also, like we talked about, they're not doing the volume that other distilleries are because it's a smaller operation.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what the numbers are that they're putting out, but it's a fraction of what you see from other distilleries.
Mark, you might know, it's somewhere, I think it's 175,000 liters a year or something is all there. Like, would you know, Mark?
I don't know, but give me a second.
He's going to check. He's got sources.
Real quick, while Mark's gone, again, this live stream has brought a fundraiser with Travis, who's joined us today from the Edmonton Scotch Club. We are raising money for local food banks. Hashtag Drams for Fams. The T-shirts are available on our website if you'd like to order one.
Right. Proceeds go to Drams for Fams.
If you want to make a super chat, all the donations, all the super chats coming in today are going over to local food banks. If you want to, you can PayPal us money, scotchtestdummies@gmail.com. All of those donations will be turned over to local food banks as well. All of the super chats are, you can go to foodbank.com. It should default and find your location of where you're at. You can make a donation. If you're in Alabama, you can make a donation to your Alabama food bank. And just email us, scotchtestdummies@gmail.com. Let us know. Tweet it out, Instagram it with the hashtag Drams for Fams. That way we can track it and Travis can track it and see what we did.
And what a great idea for you guys to even start this. And, you know, when you came to us with it, you first talked to Scott and he talked to me. I said, it's a wonderful idea. You know, I mean, here we are in this hobby, this whiskey hobby. Of course, we're using our, you know, we've got excess funds and we're able to buy these beautiful drams, but to then come back on the flip side and help those folks, those families, those kids you talked about, and how you talked about how far did what was it? 15,000 feeds 42,000. How many meals?
Yeah, $16,000 from last year created over 45,000 meals. The power of the dollar. What they can do with $1 because their buying power is absolutely incredible.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the idea is you don't have to donate thousands of dollars. These $20 donations, these 30, these get used, and they make them work. So
wonderful. I see Mark is back.
Okay, I have the answer now.
Okay.
Was I close?
I went over to my bookshelf to grab my copy of the Malt Whiskey Yearbook, which is one of my go-to reference guides when I need to confirm something about a distillery. Technically, they have an official capacity of 750,000 liters, but they only produced 150,000 last year.
Wow.
Which shows you just how little they actually produce. They could crank that thing up and go 5 times as much.
And
But
sell
they
it
don't.
all too.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kilted Moose is tuned in. That's Scott Monroe. He's over in Scotland, but he points out if him or Roy, who's Aqua Vitae, if they see a Springbank here there in Glasgow, they snap them up.
I love Kilted.
Yep.
I think we're pretty lucky here in Alberta. Our Springbank supply seems to be pretty good. We get a lot of access to Springbank stuff, so I think we're pretty spoiled here. I don't know what your access is like down there, but
Ours is decent. Now you'll only see a bottle or two maybe of each. I mean, you don't see a shelf full of it sitting there. I know our store over here has the 15-year, which I'll probably go pick up as soon as we're done shooting. But the Longrow, the store that got in the Longrow 13 and the Hazelburn, I think they got in 3 bottles of each of those.
oh wow.
They generally have the 10 on a few bottles of the 10 on the shelf. That's Rainier over at Plaza.
Sure.
He's been fighting. He's trying to get us the 12 cask strength, which we've been hearing good things about. And then the 11 local barley.
The 12 cask strength is fantastic.
Mm. Mm.
And what's the price point on that 20-year you guys are sipping on right now?
It was high. 200 our price was 260.
Okay.
That's because they knew you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's a $300 plus bottle.
That's the
Oh, I
dummy
thought they
discount.
raised it for you.
What's that?
I thought they raised it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, here come the dummies. No, they love Scott. If they haven't tried something, Kansas law allows him to open it in store and even let them try it.
Yeah, I let him. I'm like, I was in there the new Wild Turkey Long Branch was out. And I didn't. I was like, oh, there's the new Wild Turkey. And I asked Cooper, and I was like, hey, what's it like? He goes, we haven't tried it.
Right.
And I said, I'll buy one and let's find out.
That is why when he comes in, they're always like, Scott. And I come in, they're like,
Yeah.
So how was it? I haven't tried that one yet.
It's very surprising. It's very good. We just shot a review of
Okay.
it. Should be coming out in a couple weeks.
Yep. Well, it should. Yeah. As soon as we're done with our last Mappa Pete shootout, it'll be coming out.
Yeah, it was $35 here, very reasonable, and it surprised us.
46%. I think it was 46%.
Yeah, it's higher
ABV.
too as well.
So I mean, it had a little.
No,
bit of
no, it's
pepper.
40. It's 43.
Okay,
I
had a
think.
little pepper spark to it. It was
Right
nice.
McConaughey has learned his lessons well, I guess.
I think so. I may say that he personally delivered the bottle to us,
Yeah,
and then
sure he did.
Scott's like, "Yeah,
No, he didn't.
yeah, it is 43%."
So we gotta get that next 500 here for Mark.
Yes, we've made a first good run. We've made a decent dash.
We got
That's alliteration there.
a $20 donation to a food bank from Adam Watt. Thank you, Adam.
Right.
That's my brother.
Email.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
That's my brother. He was at the tasting last night. He spent $100 there and probably more, and another 20 today. Thanks, Adam.
Adam.
Oh,
We should have alerted the guys at Springbank. Now, we should have alerted the Springbank guys that this was happening. They might have kicked in that other 500 just to make us mad.
There you go.
And you could have got your interview, Mark.
Yeah.
No, because Reynold Watson would have done it.
all right. Let's move on to the long row.
Woo!
We're coming up on the 1 hour mark where we will start the
There
auction.
we go. Now we're getting serious, baby. I love this.
Are we out of glass? Oh, you got
Nope,
two
brought them up for you.
This one we made an exemption for, and we put it
Yes.
into our 16 bottle newest 16 bottle shootout. Make America beat it
We
again.
use Chicago rules and just put it into the contest late. Yeah, this is juicy and peaty and sherry and raisin and
Well, it's Malbec, not sherry.
sorry. Juicy. I mean, raisiny flavors. Oh, it's very juicy and nice. You're right.
Oh.
All back.
Oh, I love the nose on this.
ABV.
It is 51.3%.
Wow. Okay, that one's higher too. Yeah, because I think it's not a
13.
single cask. No, it's just cask strength.
That's a good start.
Yep. And we had a question come in on the peat shootout. Someone had asked if this was a milder peat and if it would be a good starter. I would say no.
It's a stronger peat.
It is stronger. It's delicious, but I think you have to have the peat palate. If you don't have the peat palate, I don't think you're going to like it. Maybe you will.
Yeah.
Mark, does it say in the whiskey yearbook what they peat their Longrow to?
Let me check.
I have that same book. It's very handy.
So I'm opening with you guys while you do your Longrow. I got another Springbank Society Longrow 14-year in a fresh sherry butt, bottled in 2016.
Okay, here's the definitive rule. The definitive rule: Springbank is distilled 2.5 times to 12 to 15 parts per million. Longrow distilled twice, 50 to 55 parts per million. Hazelburn distilled 3 times and unpeated. And those 3 are all done at the same distillery.
Cool.
Mark, I missed it. What was it? I was looking at comments.
Springbank is 12 to 15 parts per million. Longrow 50 to 55. Hazelburn is unpeated.
Very, very good. Very nice.
50 to 55 is getting up there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. This is so.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. Well, this was in our MAPA Make America Peated Again, and it wasn't picked by me to move to the next bracket, but it was so juicy and flavorful. Yeah, I mean that peat's there, but it's not that heavy ashtray peat. It's a sweet, juicy peat.
Yeah, it's almost like a Highland peat.
I had that just on my palate. I hadn't even swallowed it yet. And it was just, I was already getting just such rich, juicy, sweet, peaty notes off of it.
I would put peated sherry cask whiskeys right at the top of my list of stuff I want to drink almost every day.
My goodness.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Yeah.
That's got some pepper to it at the end, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of spice, a lot of pepper.
Like a lot of freshly ground black peppercorns. Really nice.
Oh, Tom R is commenting for another single cask nation. If you don't know, a smaller independent bottler, they do single casks. We did a live stream with them. They recently released a Port Charlotte 14-year finished in
Mine should be arriving Wednesday.
Was it Oloroso?
No, don't remember.
What's it finished in? It's out on the bar. I'll have to go grab it because Tom is telling me to let you try it here on camera. We'll do the auction, and if we're still live here, I'll grab it. I'm just blanking on it. It's a 14-year.
Whatever it was, you messaged me 4 times as you were sipping it that night, going, "When did yours show up?"
Yeah, and it is so dark. It's like it reminds me of the 18-year Glendronach that's heavily peated at 60% ABV. Wow. It was so good. It is so good. Oh, Dougie Dong.
Dougie Dong.
That's a Edmonton Scotch Club member.
Wow.
$10. Thanks, Dougie Dong. First time I've seen you tune in. Oh, Kurt.
First time, old Dougie.
You tell Donger to get off his wallet.
Donger.
Donger needs
we'll let you do that, sir. He's your buddy. I like the way you're breaking it down.
He dropped a lot of money. He dropped a lot of money in the auction last night. We'll let it slide.
There you go.
Dougie Dong gave $10 Canadian, and Kurt Kohler $20 lira.
No, German. Marks.
I
don't know.
20
it's
marks.
probably a euro.
Well, that'd be euros.
Yeah, it should be a euro.
I apologize. I am not.
You're all right. Marks are gone. That used to be the.
Holy, wait a second.
What?
Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill is in the chat here. He's got his receipt number. He donated $25 to the Dayton, Ohio Food Bank.
What'd you say?
And $25 to the food bank. Wow. Or is that? Oh, it's one, just $25. I thought it was 2 separate ones.
Got it.
$25 donation to the Ohio Food Bank.
All right.
Good.
Woo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt.
So what are we up to now?
That's 565, 70, 590.
Woo, 590. Get to
keep going here.
Get to see the Inferno.
Dougie Dong is he's our director of bottle procurement. So if you guys are ever looking for a bottle up here in Canada, you just get a hold of Dougie Dong. He'll track it down for you.
All right. Well, Dougie, I'm in a lot of trouble for finishing off the lot 40 cask strength. I know it's hard to find. But if he can
find it.
Yeah.
Guys, I may have some connections. Let me see what I can do.
Thank you. Yes, Eddie. I thought that was for me after you left. I'm sure it went quickly.
Tamar is commenting that 14-year Port Charlotte is a first fill Oloroso sherry hogshead for 14.
Ooh.
Did you see the color on that one?
I'll go grab it while you guys.
I'm going to go see those guys at the Whiskey Jubilee in New York in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to trying that one.
Yeah, they were on. And thank you. You did your behind the label segment, Mark. I'm loving those because you talked about, I never fully understood what the hogshead was until you explained it when you listed all the barrels, how it's three barrels broken down, put together, and how it's wider and it fits more, but it can fit in a normal rickhouse.
Yeah. That's the general idea, is basically you take 3 barrels and make 2 out of them.
That was awesome. I literally was taking notes. I paused the phone. I was like, hold on, because I knew most of it, but I got to that and I'm like, I now know what a hogshead is. And it goes back to our third show. We had one that was in a hogshead, and I was like, yeah, that's, what did I say? Something stupid because I didn't know. I mean, it was kind of, was it tongue in cheek or did I think I knew?
I don't even know.
But thank you. Behind the label is awesome.
Thank you.
Eric Wade is
I got to give the boss credit for that one. Because the concept for that segment was her idea.
Good idea.
She came up with it, and she suggested it, and we've been running with it.
Yep, it's great. Yeah, the way you do, I mean, because you just come in and boom, 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 and you're really, even on that, you move through it nice and quick. And of course, you're professional. I mean, I was just like, I literally had to stop it, back it up, and go, hold on, let me write some of these down because now I know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let me say real quick, Kurt Kohler's comment, which we didn't address when he donated the $20. He says, "You guys are awesome, and I think this is a noble cause. We have many families in Germany that cannot afford to buy decent food on a regular basis, so he can dig it." Thank you, Kurt. And we just had $20 come in from Gorski. Thank you, Degorski.
Thank you, Degorski.
Whiskey Sneerson.
Woo, we're doubling now. That was 75. Wow, you hit the table.
75.
How much?
75 from Gorski.
No, 20.
All right.
No, 20 was Gorski.
Or
75 from Whiskey
Sneerson.
Yep.
Great. Thank you to everybody who's donating.
This is going
awesome. Doubled down. All of a sudden got all frantic.
Let's go.
So we're getting close to 700 now, right?
We are at 610. No, 610, 685. I didn't have the 75.
There you go. Don't short it.
Yep. Remember, if we hit 1,000, Mark is doing a shot. Well, he's already
Inferno.
We hit the 500.
500.
Right.
You're doing
the Dickel Tabasco.
Yep.
I will do the Dickel Tabasco.
If we hit 1,000, the Westland Inferno chili pepper finish.
Cash strength.
Oh no, this isn't a finish. This was entire 4 years in a chili pepper sauce.
Whole 4 years, not a finish.
Yeah, this is the most god awful thing next to Fishkey.
Wow.
In the world.
That got people excited right there.
We got 20 from V-Rich and 20 from AJ. AJ says, long-time watcher, first-time donator, great cause.
Wow. Thanks, AJ.
Thanks, guys.
Well, aren't they all first-time donators since you guys haven't done this before for charity?
We've done super chats before, but those are to us.
Yeah.
So this is the first time.
Well, you guys are a charity.
Say again?
Yeah. He says,
the Scotch Test Dummies Foundation.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, we need a 501.
Doing lots of work with unwed mothers and things like that.
That's right.
Really interesting thing, guys, when I was reaching out to clubs like yourself.
You're good.
Go ahead, Travis.
I was saying when I was reaching out to clubs, and what you're talking about right now is the amount of clubs that said we've been meaning to do something like this for a long time and just hadn't, gotten to doing it. And this, for a lot of the clubs, was just something it was sort of that kick that they needed to start doing it. So it'll be interesting to see after this year how many more clubs are like, yeah, you know what? Why don't we do this? And it's like we were talking about before the show. It's easy to do. You get together, you drink some whiskey, throw a little money in a hat. That's it. It's not complicated. So
love it. No,
I wanted idea. The Single Cask Nation that we were talking about. So this is the 14-year refill or first fill Oloroso hogshead. Yes, look at that. Look at the 20-year Springbank.
Yeah.
How much caramel did they put in that?
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Absolutely.
kidding. I'm kidding. They would never put caramel in it.
Exactly.
I think Rob came in again.
God dang, Rob.
Look at that. Rob is good.
Thanks, Rob.
$28. He says, let's get, well, $27.99 Canadian. We're going to round that up
So
to 28.
He's making it hard on the math.
He says, let's get to 1,000, guys.
That's
Great.
why we've got Scott on it.
Great on Scott and Bart. You're the classy whiskey tubers there is. Thanks. Thanks, Rob. You're not too shabby yourself.
Can I point out, with all the technology you have in your room, Scott, you're doing the math with a pen and paper there?
That is shocking. Yeah. Yeah, where's your quill?
Well,
pen?
that is true.
Yeah, he should have broken out a quill.
All right, so I've got Twitter up over here on my iPad in case somebody tweets out that they made a donation.
The phone is tracking all the emails. Right?
I've got email up on the phone in case a PayPal donation.
There you
comes
go.
in.
And the laptop's running the feed.
And we've got the feed going over here.
And
so
my phone's doing nothing.
Bart's doing nothing.
I'm just sipping.
He's just drinking whiskey.
Bam. Hey, who's the smart one, baby?
Let's go.
Okay.
Go, Mark.
Now that I finished the Longrow, really good. Love that one. You think it's time to
Here comes the shot of the Dickel Tabasco for the $500 mark.
Oh,
I promised I would do this.
let him get the camera on him.
Oh, hold on. Yep.
Just to document, you saw it come out of the bottle.
That's a good. I don't know. Is that enough?
That's a hefty pour.
I don't know. It looks kind of like.
It's a mini Glencairn. Sláinte, guys.
Sláinte, Mark.
Food Drams for fams right there.
Wow. You got to describe that.
Yeah. What notes are you getting there?
What's your score?
Peppery sauce. I'm starting to tear up a little bit. It hit the back of my throat, and it's going, oh, and my stomach hit just my stomach just went, what in the hell? You give me all that good stuff, and then you send that bad stuff down here? Come on. Whoa.
Richie Z just sent in another $10 donation through PayPal.
Thanks, Richie.
Whoa.
Let's start. Now, here's what we're going to do on the
Mark's still recovering.
for a couple of minutes. We'll just go through. This is the broken bottle of the Balvenie Ton 1509 Batch 3. We'll autograph it.
Yeah, we'll sign it if someone wants a piece of pain.
It comes with the can. It comes with the original receipt
Right.
that shows I paid $345 for this bottle.
To the angels, baby. To the angels.
It's got the broken Balvenie Ton 1509 Batch 3 bottle with the seal still intact.
That's right. You
Concrete impact still on the seal.
doubles as home defense.
The whiskey soaked map of, I call it the map. It shows all the different casks that were used in this release.
And all dry. No longer even the angels have it all.
Once we reach the top end of the auction, we'll give you a few minutes to make payment to scotchtestdummies@gmail.com on PayPal.
Right.
If you don't, it'll go to the next highest bidder. So let's start.
And we'll
bidding
shame you.
Say again?
And we'll shame them
Yes.
if they don't pay it.
Yes.
Let's start bidding at
Just, I don't know.
$10.
10? Okay.
$10. $10 for the broken Balvenie. Do I hear $10
It's
from
not
those that are watching?
broken. It's actually Scott's pain.
And
is
part of
what
my
it is.
soul is attached.
It's
to
modified. It's improved.
Yes.
It is. That
It's
is.
enhanced.
This is
It's got a story.
a great story. This is now, and what I should have looked up was what episode did we actually? You found another
We'll mark
bottle
it. I did.
of the Batch 3. Right. We did a review of it. No $20 bids. No 20. What do we say? 10? What do we start at?
Started at
10. $10.
The seed.
Do I hear $10? Just comment. Those that are watching.
Does, yeah.
Scott, do these auctions go towards the $1,000 for Mark?
Yes.
Scott?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go 50. I'll go 50 if I'm allowed to bid.
You are allowed to, and
course.
shipping is incled also
That's right.
in the
Yeah,
bidding price. We will pay the shipping.
Thanks, Travis.
We were up to $50, and Kent just came in with 10, but too late. We got a bid of $50 from Travis.
Just make it 60.
You know,
donate the $10 anyway
for a piece of Scott's soul.
That's right. The pain. You're alleviating the weight. The pain of it. I mean, look at that. He saved the receipt.
$60 from Kent. Kent Ho? You? Ho?
You.
Hough.
And you had two bottles in your arms at the time, and you weren't sure which one was falling, right? What was the other one?
The 15 Gordon and MacPhail 15-year Linkwood.
Which there was plenty of at the store.
Yeah, and as I felt a bottle slipping, I immediately thought, please let that be the Linkwood 15.
And it was not.
It was not.
So if evaporation lost to the air is angel share, what's the evaporation to Scott's driveway? What's that called? Do we have a new term for that?
And the thing, it was like July 9th or 10th. It was
105.
It was gone in a matter of minutes.
Scott's driveway's 0 for 2 because I had a Cragganmore that his dad brought over once, and it was for me.
Huff. Yep, Kent Huff.
And it went down as well.
Pour a little shot of that Port Charlotte.
Of the Port Charlotte. Well, I just we need new glasses.
Glass?
Yes.
I got $65 come in.
Let it
for
go
the
a little
Balvenie
longer.
ton.
Let it go.
Yep.
Oh, you did get 60?
Yeah, we got 60. Do I hear $65 for the Balvenie ton? 1509.
Now, how long? I think you should put it on like a 1-minute timer or something.
Before I outbid him, I should say I think Kent is actually part of our Edmonton Whiskey Forum here in Edmonton. So, Kent, I apologize. I'm gonna go $70.
Wow,
$70 from Travis. Now, remember, these funds are going to Drams for Fams.
And
all of it, 100% of any of the auction funds here are going. So $70 from Travis. Do I hear 75?
You're literally removing a heavy weight. Scott has kept this on his shelves almost completely useless until today, yet he could not part.
Yeah.
We were talking last night with the brand ambassador for Victoria Caledonian Distillery, and we were talking about whiskey stories and how the stories about the whiskey are just as important as the whiskey itself for some of us. How cool is it to pull off that broken bottle? I'm trying to drive the price up here.
Yeah.
You pull that broken bottle, you're like, hey, I got some 50.
You just want to get outbid.
Some ton 1509, and you pull it out, and someone's getting really excited, and then you pull out the broken bottle. What a story to tell in your house. There's no way this isn't going for $100.
There you go.
That's right. The Balvenie ton, 1509. Broke piece of my soul attached to it. Great story. It's been mentioned in many of the Scotch Test Dummy reviews. We are at Santa Cruzin. Hold on. $49 super chat. What did I miss? Damn. You missed a lot, Santa Cruzin.
Here's what you can do with this bottle.
We are in the middle.
This is a teenager safe bottle.
Yeah.
Because you can put this on your liquor shelf, tell your kids that they can't touch this under any circumstances. And when the little bastards pull it out to try to see how much they can sneak out of it, they're going to realize, we got snookered.
What happened?
Scott, if you smuggle a sample of that Port Charlotte in that box, my bid may go up a little bit.
Criminal,
well,
no smuggling.
Do a federal FCC regulations.
We know cannot. Those Canadian Mounties do not play.
$20 from Peter White just came in. Thanks, Peter. Hey, Mark, we're up to $832. Just so you know.
Getting close.
And actually, what the last bid we're at? So this is Santa Cruz and Jaskin. This is the broken bottle of the Balvenie ton 1509. We're running an auction right now. We're up to $70. I need a bid of 75 on it.
Broken.
This is the one that was dropped in my driveway. You get the bottle, you get the tin, the cardboard tin, and you get the whiskey soaked map from Balvenie of the casks used in this.
Right.
We're just going to leave that all out.
And a sad piece of Scott's soul. You're lifting a heavy burden.
We just got a $100 whiskey throttle, just made a $100 donation to the Edmonton Food Bank.
Wow, there you go.
Thanks, Dan.
Wow.
Do I hear $75 on the broken bottle? We're going.
Get ready to close.
We got about, we're going to wrap
30,
it up. We're closing her down.
We got her quick. This will be the last one. It's
70. We're at 70. Do I hear $75?
We got a few more
going
things
to Travis.
to bid.
Yep, we got a couple more auction items.
Give it a 10-second countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5.
Going once.
4. Nothing's coming in.
Going twice.
And
$70 out here, 75.
and
Sold.
Sold. You had a
$70
couple pop
to
in.
Travis.
Bam. You got to bang it down like.
Yeah.
Boom.
I don't have an acceptance speech prepared, but thank you very much. I will tell that story for many, many years.
Travis, that $70 put us up to $1,002.
Look at that. You brought in the Inferno.
Sorry, Mark.
Bite me.
Not even ask more to the story.
All right.
Okay.
Next up.
Should I do this now, or do you want to do it? You want to prolong the pain, or you want to?
You want him to do the Inferno now before the bidding?
Let's wait till the end.
That'll be the final. That'll be the finale.
final.
Mark,
The
you
finale.
get the finale.
So
Okay.
We'll save it.
Thank you.
next up,
Yeah.
next up for auction is a 12 hours of boom poster. Mark, grab
Hold
that
on,
side over
sorry.
there. We'll
I
unroll
was
it.
securing up.
We will autograph this from our first annual 12 hours of
That's
boom.
right. We're getting ready to do our second annual, but this is the first annual right here.
Yep.
12 hours of boom. We'll sign that. There's only 2 of these.
Well, they're actually for sale right now.
That's right. That's right. All right. That was just one of our originals. There.
This is an original from last year. We had 2 of these
So
made.
we'll sign that original.
This is from Vista Print, and it's actually a very high quality, good paper product that they use.
Yep.
We will sign this. We'll start the bidding at $10.
Sure. Start them at 10. So we'll let that
$10
roll.
for the 12 hours of boom poster autographed by Scott and Bart. Oh,
What
wait,
is that?
Eric Waite bid $25. We didn't have to start at 10. We got a bid of $25 from Eric Waite.
Wow. That is some good Port Charlotte 14-year.
Bottled at 60% from the Single
Oh,
Cask Nation. 60.2%.
You could only buy one of these. I remember that.
Yeah, it was one per member,
Lifetime.
One per
Yeah.
person.
First
Wow.
fill Oloroso hogshead, heavily peated.
I got
Cask number 1142. Distilled November 02, bottled September 2017. One of 264 bottles. The
Yeah,
rust-
just a blast of brown sugar.
Yeah, I know.
Right on the front end of it. But
The rust-colored
Now-
Port Charlotte.
I liken it to a peated 18-year Glendronach. What do you think?
I would call it its own original. I don't know if I could liken it yet, but you spent a week with it. Mine's inbound.
Wow. So much sherry and so much peat at the same time. 12 hours of boom poster people are at $25 from Eric Waite. It'll be autographed by me and Bart and one of 2. Well, one of 2 that we had printed from Vista Print. It's a different material than the ones available on spreadshirt.com right now
Nice.
through our t-shirt shop. Again, you can go to, you can super chat us money. It's all going to the food bank. #Drams for Fams. All of the proceeds from our auction here, these items are going to Drams for Fams. You can go to foodbank.com, make a donation, send us an email, and let us know how much you donated. You can make a donation to scotchtestdummies@gmail.com. Everything will be given over to our local food bank. Travis is with us here today. He's going to be tracking everything.
Just judging by how this is going, we should be we'll be up over $25,000 for Drams for Fams this year, I'm thinking. So
Wow.
Nice.
Awesome.
it's and that's the first year outside of Edmonton. So this moving forward, I think we got a lot of potential here for some good things to happen in the whiskey community.
Santa Cruzan, if you want to bid, just comment what your bid is.
Yep,
And then we'll give you, once the auction is done, we'll give you 10 minutes or so to make a payment to scotchtestdummies@gmail.com through PayPal.
That's right.
And we're paying shipping. And we were at Eric Waite bid $25 on the 12 hours of boom poster. It'll be autographed by Bart and I.
Boom. I can't believe so far a broken bottle's getting more than the poster.
Yeah.
It's all about the story.
No,
$25 donation super chat there from Single Malt Whiskey.
Woo.
Thanks, Single Malt.
I'm pretty sure that's a Edmontonian as well. I think it's a guy, but I don't want to drop his name. He might want to be anonymous.
Anonymous.
Santa
it is.
Cruzan bids $30 for the poster.
Good. 30.
Nice.
Keep her going.
I'll show them again just
All
in
right.
case.
Unfurl.
And I just tweeted out a reminder to folks that I'm going to be doing this shot in a few minutes so they can tune in.
Beautiful.
If I remember correctly, guys, I think I was part of that 12 hours of boom tasting last year, right?
You were, yeah. We did bring you in.
Yep.
So I'm on that poster too. If you want to send it to me, I'll sign it too.
Oh, there
Nice.
it is.
Send it to me first before you send it to them. I'll sign it and send it back to you.
Very good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that'll work.
Beautiful.
So there you go. It'll be autographed. Yeah, there's we had everybody on there that was on the show.
That may decrease. Some of the bidders may decide to pull out after that.
Oh no. Yep, no, you're on there because it was Dave Dvorak, Brian Andrew Descend, Aquavite, Whiskey the Six, Whiskey Lassie, Tomatin was on, the Beaver, and then Mark Gillespie, and then it rolls through a few other folks. So perfect.
Eric Waite went 35 for the poster. Santa Cruz's now bidding 40 for the poster.
Look at that.
They like Gillespie's autograph
As
on
soon
there.
as Mark's in, baby, it's got value.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I'll send it back with a WhiskyCast Glencairn glass.
And
Ooh.
there you go,
You get a
Whiskey Cask
Whiskey
Glencairn.
Cask. Look at that.
Eric Waite is at $50.
Wow.
V Rich, Eric Waite beat you on our screen. You'll have to go 55.
Wow.
That's for the poster and autographed by me, Bart, and Mark.
And you're getting a
Whiskey Cask Glencairn.
God,
Wow.
this stinks. I'm just nosing this inferno. I'm like,
He's nosing the
I
inferno.
agreed to do this.
75.
Woo!
Santa Cruz's up to 75 on the poster. V Rich just keeps getting outbid by a
beat
second.
again. You're gonna have to jump up by more than go an extra 100, V Rich. Just kidding.
Come on, dude. Quit just trying to nickel and dime it. If you're going to bid what you budgeted, and let's do it.
Yeah, Mark signing it.
$85 from Eric Waite.
Woo!
Nice.
The sniper.
Yeah, we call Eric Waite the sniper.
Oh, he's got these little one-liners that just snipe you.
Yep.
Pop.
Yeah, because he comments.
I thought it was because he was so good at snipe hunts.
There you go. What else we got?
People think snipe hunts are easy. There's $90.
Yeah,
Santa Cruz and $90 on the poster.
Woo!
Snipe hunts are like haggis hunts. Those guys are little buggers to hit.
Hard to find.
All right.
This poster, if you have a man cave, this poster, I'm doing the pitch again for you guys here. That poster you hang in the man cave, anyone that comes down in your man cave, you get to tell them about where you got this poster from. It got shipped all around the United States to get the signatures, and now it's hanging in your basement. There's no reason this shouldn't go for at least $100.
Right. And then you let him
Wait a second.
Dram.
Okay, guys, is there anybody else on the channel who was in on this tasting? Maybe we can get them to sign it too.
We will try. There, we can definitely get Cousin Shane.
Well, yeah, Rob Whiskey in the Six was on there. He's listed on there.
Dave Dvorak, we can get the sign.
Can't
go to Tomatin. That's in the Highlands.
We're up to $120 from Eric Waite, and he's including a naked picture of a chupacabra. I hope he is not 125 from Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I hope that was not Eric's nickname in college. See, the funny story with that is, the chupacabra is the mythical goat-sucking, like flying bat-looking thing, which I find hilarious. But it turns out my wife's brothers, who are all from Puerto Rico, do not find it nearly as funny of a thing to say as I do. And we happen to have a big family gathering, and I happen to drop chupacabra a couple times, and it ended up being like a little family thing in Spanish. Why is your husband repeatedly invoking chupacabra? So now I've nicknamed the dog Chupacabra.
Eric
Waite, can't leave things alone, can you?
No. I cause problems.
Eric Waite bumped it to 130. Santa Cruz and says 150.
Whoa! Now
all right. Now we're getting serious.
That's right. Now we got an auction.
And I will point out that's if you watch our reviews, on the bar behind Bart's left shoulder has been the twin of this poster.
Right shoulder.
You
can't see it in the camera shot, guys.
Okay.
Yep, right shoulder.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
We can't see it in the camera shot.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So it would have been.
No, the poster over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Eric Waite is up to 175, and he will arrange for us to get some Pete from Isla next month.
Ooh.
Loch Ness says the drunken bids are climbing.
Yeah. You drinking, fella.
No, Bart, just so you know, the only shot we can see, the farthest we can see behind your right shoulder is that bottle of famous grouse.
I am with you. The shot would be when we're on our bar set rather than Scott's office set.
Oh yeah,
so
right. Yeah.
Normally in the bar set that we have for our pre-recorded, this actual poster was framed on that set for almost a year. Almost. It just got repeated.
This poster I had hanging up over here for a while.
Had it over there
originally.
Right, got it. So we don't have any posters in here, I don't think, because you've added onto your shelf.
Santa Cruzan went 200, and he says, I'm getting
don't let Santa Cruzan get it, Sniper.
Yeah, Eric, you got outbid 200.
Stay with it. Stay with it.
The famous grouse that Mark points out is the famous grouse 18, which is delicious.
And rare.
And
he likes rare. Scott likes rare.
Eric Waite 225, and he'll frag Santa Cruzan.
Wow.
Now,
don't put up with that, Santa Cruzan.
I did forget when we first started. I wanted to mention this is Memorial Day weekend,
sure,
and we wanted to honor or keep in mind all of the people that have died in the services for this country. Okay. So Eric Waite brought that up a little bit ago, just to remind everybody out there it's Memorial Weekend. And I've meant to do that.
And not just Americans, but Canadians, Allied soldiers from all the countries that fought on behalf of freedom around the world.
That's right. That's right. Good call.
Cilantro.
Tom R. Cilantro. Good.
Cilantro. To the veterans.
Cilantro.
I'm not drinking because this is the Inferno.
Yeah,
I'm not doing this twice.
We actually had the RCMP Regimental Pipe and Drums Band do our introduction to our tasting last night. There's 12 of them there with the Highland dancers and everything, and they played the Vimy Ridge anniversary last year, the year before, and then they're playing in our little whiskey tasting last night. So it's really neat to have them kick off the whole night.
Wow! Cool. Did you film that?
Yeah, there's some stuff. If you look up the hashtag Drams for Fams on Twitter, some people took some videos.
Oh.
1999 pounds from Octava Vitae. Busy tonight, boys. So sorry you can't join in the fundraiser. Cilantro all.
That's right. All right. Should we call?
So we are at $250 from Santa Cruz.
All right. So should we say going once and give a little bit of time?
We've still had bids coming in.
Okay, we'll call it then. We won't call it.
We're going to have to go. Let's say 275. We're gonna 275 on the poster.
Wow.
260 from Eric Waite. Close enough. He bumped you.
Keep her going.
Eric Waite at 260.
Keep her going. Yeah, don't break away now. Look at that.
As Travis pointed out behind your bar in your man cave, what a great conversation piece. Nobody else will have one.
That's right. And you'll have the special Glencairn to give them that first dram for your buddies that come over.
Santa Cruz in 275.
Look at that.
Love it.
Keep her going.
As long as people are bidding.
I know, but we're gonna have to start calling it here if they slow down, because we got the
coins next.
Yeah, the coins are coming, and then that'll be the finale. Well, almost the finale, I guess. Mark has the final finale. He can't wait.
I'm contemplating this thing.
Yes, I know. I think you're nosing it. I think you're enjoying it.
Yeah, because the nose is misleading on this, because the nose does not tell you how bad this thing is. The nose is actually not unattractive.
Okay, Eric Waite is out.
Oh, he's out.
We got Santa Cruz in at 275. Do I hear 300? 300.
All right, we're at 275. We'll yeah, there's one.
There's the count of 10. Do I hear 300 on the poster? Signed, 12 hours of boom poster.
Yep, you're getting the Mark signing it.
We'll try to get as many people as we can.
Shane, we'll try to get Shakes Pennington, maybe. I don't know if we can get it to Rob. Probably, maybe.
Should I point out those WhiskyCast Glencairns? I've been trying to get one for about 5-6 years. So those are not easy to come by.
Yep, you're gonna get one of those.
Yeah.
That'll actually roll up packed in.
Travis, you've never asked for one, for crying out.
Mark, I'm trying to drive the price up here.
Driving it up. They're super rare.
All right, going twice.
Yeah, we're into 5,
4,
3,
2. Everybody's already congratulating Santa Cruz.
All right, he's got it. That's it. Ring that bell for that. Yep. Wow, ring the bell. Look at that.
Don't tear the poster now.
That's right. We won't tear it.
We just Santa Cruz, and we need a PayPal, scotchtestdummies@gmail.com.
Send that in.
$275. We're paying shipping, and we'll ship it around and get
We've known
as
Santa
many
Cruz
autographs
for some
as we
time. He's good.
Oh, Chris.
We'll have that in.
And
Part of the story of that should be the stamps while that poster travels all around getting signatures.
yeah.
The stamps that come with it are part of the story too now.
That's true.
Last but not least,
Woo!
we have a Cask 1 coin.
Yep. Now, this is the first time we've gone into the ones that we've held back.
We've got a Cask 2 coin.
Mm.
And a matching Cask 3 coin, because they are all serial numbered number 50. Cask 1, Cask 2, and Cask. Now, the rarest here is a Cask 1.
Right. There's only 250 of them.
There was only 250, but we kept the first 50.
Mhm.
So there's only 200 of these in the wild.
In the wild. I'm glad you said that.
Yep.
I was thinking wild, and you said it.
What are we going to start bidding at? $25, $50.
I think you got to go 50 right off the bat.
$50.
Just to get in and play with these.
Yep.
These whiskey hats, these are the original trilogy here.
So, and as things come up, like the next time we do something, if we're going to auction, we'll go to number 49 would be auction.
We'll work through them.
Yep, exactly.
Who knows? We
Eventually-
talked about waiting until we were,
Yeah.
This is our year.
DH Sill, $50 for the coins.
Shelves in. We got to keep that one going.
Yep. If you missed out on the poster, Eric Waite, you can get Cask 1, 2, and 3 matching number 50
That's right.
coins. A lot of people have asked about the Cask 1 coins, and we've been out. They've been gone. So now this sold a lot better than you imagined.
Well, we weren't sure.
When we first started, I thought we are years away from having 3, 4, 5 different casks, different versions out to worry about selling sets.
Boom. Gone
We're
in 8
literally
months.
about a year and a half in, and we're already on to Cask 3, and we're
Almost
not
ready.
that far. We're not that far from needing Cask 4.
Right.
DJ at $100 for the coins.
Oh,
Very
wow.
nice, DJ. Richie Z said $51 for the Cask 1 coin. This is a set. It's a set.
You got to go the set.
Yep. It's all three of them. We're at $100 from DJ. Thanks, DJ.
I think we got to set a limit here on these $1 bid up deals.
Yeah, I think we're going. Yeah, it'd have to be.
there you go.
It
That's
depends
a
on
good
where
point.
we're at. I think
Now
$5.
we're above 100. It should be 10. We got to bump by 10 now. We're at 100.
We need
so next would be
110?
110.
We need 110. Yeah, $10
Don't
increment.
call that. That's a good call.
To show you how rare it is to have 3 of those with the same serial number, here are my 2 from 1 and 2. I have number 133 and number 292. So I don't have a matching set. So these are rare, guys. You got to bid these. Bid these up.
120 from Richie Z.
There you go.
And I'm using one now to hold the smell of that Inferno in for a few days.
Yes. You need to capture
Just
and
to
hold.
concentrate it.
Remember, these coins, you can throw these coins right in your pocket. You're at the bar, you order a dram, they give you a Glencairn, bam, you pop the coin, the whiskey hat on top of it. You're now preserving that nose. And
Right
it's
there.
a great conversation piece.
It does, and that was it was unintended, like to be able to use
You were
it.
like, you know what? This covers up our Glencairn.
Boy, the brown sugar and maple.
I know. I poured
Can
a
you
little.
explain, guys, the real reason behind challenge coins to begin with?
You bet.
They weren't designed for Glencairn hats originally.
Right. Well, we were both in the Army years ago, different times, different units. And in the military, you can get or win challenge coins depending on, they're kind of different. Every special group kind of has a challenge coin. So let's say you did something kind of good. You might be given a particular challenge coin, or Arlie Ermy, who was in Full Metal Jacket when he had his little show. I know he had a special challenge coin. I never seen one in person, but when military units would help out his show, he would give every one of those military guys one of his coins. So the tradition is when you're in the bar, you're bellied up to the bar, you pull out one of your coins or your coolest coin, and you slap it down, and then it turns into a conversation piece when you're at the bar. So that was our idea. Law enforcement does this as well. And so with all of our tie-ins, we decided we would have some of these challenge coins we went with the ceramic ones. They're really doubling, almost like a poker chip. But at some point, we're going to do some metal coins as well. But that's kind of the history behind what challenge coins are. And then we had an early fan, Zach Spears, called them whiskey hats because they capture and hold in those vapors for you as well.
Tom, what's the dollar figure on that bottle?
What did he have? What?
Well,
Explain what's going on.
I might owe Tom some money, so he's bidding. So I'm gonna owe some money here, maybe.
Explain.
Give me the dollar figure. He wants me, or he's saying how much for the circus.
Oh no!
It's my payment for the circus.
Just trying to keep you legal.
Yeah.
Wasn't there also part of that tradition was that if you didn't have the coin, you wound up buying around?
That's it.
If you had no coin, or I think it was whoever had the least amount of coins. So sometimes you'll run into somebody with 4 or 5.
Well, Eric says $130 and he will dance naked in his live stream at 5 p.m. Pacific today.
Oh boy, that brings her down. That brings her down.
And Tom was joking. He did not want me to spend that much money.
Ooh.
I will, Tom. I will. Well, no, he needs the money.
Yeah.
Well, he can do it, but we don't have to watch him do it.
True. Good point.
So $130 from Eric on 3 coins,
That's
matching
it.
numbers 50 on cask 1. Right there.
Look at that.
Cask 1, number 50.
Look at that. That's the hard one to get.
That's the hard one to get. Cask 2, number 50.
We call that our
well, let's show.
coin.
So cask 1, there's the front. It's
And
got the
then-
50 in the back. So this is our red and black design, basically.
You guys look good on those.
Cask 2,
We're
number
good.
Cask 2, number 50, a slight redesign,
Yep.
which we've done through each one.
Giving him the rabbit ears.
And then our new cask 3 ones with the 50, we've got the redesigned dummies where we're holding the Glencairns
And then we got the
and
Android.
our new Android head logo on the back.
So there you go.
And we're at 155. Wait, 135 from Richie Z. DJ went 140.
All right.
Richie Z goes 155.
Good.
Wow.
Keep her going.
Now, these are all 160 from DJ. All this money is going to our local food bank. All
That's
this
right.
money will be donated
That's right,
over.
the Kansas Food Bank.
Yep.
We're taking it all over.
So not only are you getting 3 coins, but all your money, all that money is going to be
That's right.
donated.
Feed
And
lots
they're
and
160
lots of
from
families.
DJ.
160 is where we're at. Now we're coming up on time here, so let's get some more. We're going to call it, and then we'll get to see the final finale, which we'll just call Inferno.
175 from
Oh,
Eric Waite,
good,
and he's
good.
going to toilet paper Richie Z's house.
Yes, he wants him out of this thing.
See, that's why we call Eric Waite the
Yeah,
sniper.
the sniper. He just comes out. Yeah, he TPs.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah, he'll hit your house in the middle of the night. No real harm's done, but you know you've been tagged. I wondered on that. The old good TP, that was, youthful hijinks in my era. Nobody was hurt or anything, yet you TP'd the house or the tree. I grew up in the mountains, so there were a lot of pine trees.
I haven't seen a toilet papered house in decades. I don't know if it doesn't happen anymore.
Well, the
No, now they
millennials
do
don't do it.
They do like drive-bys or something.
We shot your house up, man.
Yeah. We burned down your detached
But
garage.
Travis, you live in Edmonton where people are too polite to TP a house.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh,
They would
They would-
apologize for the thought that they were possibly going to
Hold
TP
on.
your home.
$227 for the coins.
Wow. Came
We
in.
need
Wow.
next bid.
Who
we'll
did
go
that?
$25. We're gonna go $250.
25.
Well, $23
yeah.
to $250.
Just taking it, yeah.
$250 for the next bid. We're at
250 is the
$227
next one.
from Richie Z.
So we're bringing it up. You
Richie
got to
Z.
go 250 if you're going to outbid Richie Z.
That's impressive.
Not
The
only
Z.
is the cask 1 coin rare, but just under 50 and under.
Right.
Nobody else has. This
No,
is
we haven't released
1
those.
through 49 is in my
Right.
safe.
Yeah, he's got a
Literally,
safe.
I've got a big
They're
safe.
in your safe for
Yep.
real.
Huh?
Wow, he put them in the safe.
Yep, I had to go get
Your,
the key.
your
and
kids
get
will
in
be
there.
selling those. That can't happen.
Cask 1, cask 2, and this is good though. When we had these, and we're like, we'll have these matching sets.
Sure.
We'll be able to sell them, or when we do charities,
You
we do
actually,
fundraisers, we
you
can do
mentioned that,
auctions.
yes.
We'll
Yeah.
be able to.
And
to do
thanks,
these
thanks
coins.
to Drams for fans. FAMs. I always say fans.
Yep.
FAMs.
Eric Waite says Richie Z can have it, but he's still toilet paper in his house. 227 from Richie Z.
Yeah,
250 is the next bid.
if you're going to shut them down. Come on, you can't. No, you cannot get these. This is the only way. This is the first time we've had the whole setup like this.
I have to admit, after seeing these are cool enough that I've actually thought about getting a whiskey cast once made up.
You should.
You should. Cool. Mark, I'll tell you, we've put it out to some of our other whiskey tubers.
Yeah,
we think it would only increase demand for ours because
they're neat.
People would want just coins from everybody.
Yeah,
so I'll tell you where we got them from.
Yeah, please do, because I was looking at them after I saw this, just going, these are really cool. Because I've looked for stuff that I could use for whiskey hats for a while, and these are classier than the little the aluminum washers that some guys get from the plumbing supply store that just fit perfectly too, or stainless steel washers. Yeah,
these are cool, and the ginger lids are just too crystally daintily enough.
Well, the good thing is, like say this cask 1 number 50 coin, if you got it on your whiskey and you spill some of it on there like that,
he likes to anoint them.
Then you get some Port Charlotte 15-year on the coin.
Now it's been anointed,
and it doesn't even affect it at all.
Yeah, there you go. You've anointed it. People like that. People like that.
And if you have a rocks glass, you could throw these in the refrigerator and freeze them up and use them as a whiskey stone.
There you go. Ceramic. That's right.
If we all show up at a whiskey festival somewhere one year, and one of us brings out the challenge coin, whoever doesn't have theirs, watch out. It's going to be an expensive night.
That's right.
All right, we haven't had any yet. We're sitting at 227. We're going to do the countdown. We need 250. Anybody going to go 250? We're going once.
10, 9, 8. Nothing's coming in. That looks good. 7. Did I skip 8? No, I said 8. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Going twice.
Here we go. 1.
Sold.
0. He's got it. Ring that bell for that. That's a bell ring.
$227.
Well done.
Now let's see.
Before you guys get rolling, I should point out these Drams for Fams logos were created by a friend of the club. His wife created them, and she didn't charge us a penny. We gave her a free T-shirt, and she donated she created the logo. She gave us about 6 options to choose from, and this is the one we went with. But Tegan, thank you very much for designing the logo. It's I think a great logo.
Yeah, I love the A at the bottom there, or the under the.
That's
A
really cool.
Yeah, very nice design.
All right, $1,549.
Wow.
All right,
That's awesome.
Beautiful. Thank you, everybody out there. Thank you.
Mark has. Hold on a second.
I think we will lock it on Mark and give him the show.
If we reached $1,000, if we reached $1,000,
we got 1,000.
Yep,
we got 1,549. This is the Westland Inferno, 58.4% ABV, 4 years in a chili pepper sauce cask, hint Tabasco, without the trademark infringement. They can't say that, but I can. I scored this on this weekend's episode of WhiskyCast a 40 out of 100 points. This is the second. This is tied with Fischke, that infamous herring cask finished Bruichladdich single cask that Klaus Pinkernell in Austria did a few years ago, as the worst whiskey I have ever tasted in my life. But for the food banks around North America and everywhere else that we've gotten donations from, Sláinte, guys.
Sláinte. I want tasting notes.
Oh, God, that's awful. Oh, the spice is just starting to kick in now.
Oh. Now, see, why do I? What makes me want it?
My stomach was crunched there for a second. Oh, that's nasty. Wait a second. There's still a little left.
Oh, my God.
I said I would finish it.
That is true. You are the trooper.
Hey,
well done, Mark.
Excuse me. DH Silf points out 40 out of 100 is a good score. Hey,
On my grading scale, 75 is anything below 70 is an F.
grab that Cuddy Sark Prohibition down there on the floor. I have been trying to kill this bottle. This
Hey,
is
that's not bad.
it does not appear.
It actually won an award in San
I've-
Francisco a few weeks
I've
ago.
been trying to finish this bottle for
Okay.
4 years.
It's been a couple minutes. Can I have a sip of water now, guys?
Yes.
Well done, Mark. Thank you.
Oh, wow, there's more left
Whoa.
here
No,
than I
thank you.
thought. I'm not drinking all of that. I can tell you that much.
Don't kill it.
I thought this might kill the bottle.
You'll have to save that for next year's Drams for fams.
And, honestly, maybe this isn't that bad. It
Try
does
it
not appeal to my. No, I've gone to it several times. And each time I'm just grimacing through each ore of it, each dram.
God, the heat from this is still in my throat down through here.
Richie
This is
Z.
still burning.
Richie Z is paid for his coins. Thank you, Richie Z.
Woo.
Thanks,
Uh,
Richie.
Just to check, all the payments are in?
That was the coins we need. Was it Santa Cruz and got the poster?
That's right. All right.
I got the bottle.
And yeah, we'll get with Travis on the payment. For the
And
bottle.
did Santa Cruz pay for the poster?
It has not
not yet.
showed up yet.
Santa Cruz, and if you're still watching, go or just PayPal Scotch Test Dummies at gmail.com.
If he has PayPal. I mean,
Well, that's true. If not, we know Chris. We'll
Yes.
get with you. We'll
he's
arrange
been
the
around
payment.
for years.
And it doesn't make a difference because it's still above 1,000. So
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
That is true.
So
if I'd done that shot and he welched out on it,
Yep. You're good. And we were over at 1549. Anything else? Let's give that as the finale. Are you ready?
Thank you to everybody.
Yeah.
Great time. Thanks to Travis for joining us and really taking the initiative on this. And
Fully. Way to go.
well done, Travis.
I know Travis has
Thank-
talked about how to, maybe next year, how do we expand? So maybe, Whiskey in the Six is watching.
Mm-hmm.
Aqua Vitae was in here. Eric Waite. Maybe we'll do a collaborative effort with
Whiskey
everybody,
clubs all over.
with everybody doing their own life.
12 hours of boom might be a good way to do it.
Yep. We'll talk
That's-
about it there.
Now
too.
that is our charity event.
Yeah. That one
is-
lands at us.
And that's coming up July 7th. Oh,
that's right. The Unwedded Mothers of Wichita need benefit from that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Amy Woody just
Amy,
donated
51.
$51 to round it out to an even 1,600.
Woo.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Amy.
Look at that. She wanted the math to look good.
Again, after we close this out, if you're watching this later and we're coming up on an hour and 50
Right.
minutes now, make a
It doesn't
donation.
have to stop now.
No, it doesn't have to. Exactly. If you make a donation, send us an email, send us a tweet, hashtag it, Drams for Fams. Same on Instagram so we can track it, so Travis can track it.
Right.
And
And
And you guys are saving the video of this, right?
yeah, this is up
yep,
and
it'll
posted.
be posted for.
Great. So you can actually save that video of me doing that shot with the look on my face.
Oh, it's a good one.
You
Mark.
know, it's perfect. Yeah.
Even just a screenshot of his face right after.
Well, that may end up being the thumbnail that we use for the video, possibly.
Oh, please.
Now I will tell you, the Cuddy Sark Prohibition isn't the worst whiskey I've had. I think it's just
Really? You don't like it that much?
that Connemara peated was terrible.
I think you need to go back. Now that you like
I think this is just the worst I have in my inventory right now. And maybe it's not that bad overall. I just have a hard time with it.
Well, you told me you weren't really a fan of the Single Cask Nation. I would
Negative.
take that off your hands.
So I'm sure you would.
All right, let's bring her.
Cuddy Sark Prohibition, and thanks to everybody, we got $1,600 raised thus far.
That's right.
Thanks everybody for helping out Drams for Fams and your local food banks.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Continue to help all those folks.
Thanks
Yeah.
to Mark. Thanks to Mark for joining us as well, and some Springbank's doing a wonderful job.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us, nothing bad at all to say about any of those. We had all outstanding, excellent
Phenomenal.
whiskeys.
Phenomenal.
Well, you guys had all outstanding whiskeys. I
Yeah.
had a couple of clunkers here.
True.
True. You took one for the Drams for fam.
I took 2 for the team today, but that's worth it.
Yes. What was I thinking? You took 2 for the team.
All right. Cuddy Sark Prohibition it out.
Cilantro Dummies.
Sláinte, guys.
Sláinte, guys.
Thank you, guys.